Hello everyone, today I'm going to be unboxing and having a first look at a new cordless vacuum cleaner. Well, it's new to me, but this VAX Blade 4 has been out for a while now, but it's the first time I've handled one. I've shown you an older blade on my channel a while ago, but this is the new updated version. It's supposed to have several improvements over the previous VAX Blade cleaners. So without any further ado, let's get everything out of the box. It'll need an initial first charge, obviously, and maybe I'll be able to do a quick demo in this video before I do a full test later on. There are several models available in the Vax ONEPWR Blade range. This is a PET version. You can get some models with 2 batteries, some models without the additional extra PET tool. So this is the PET version but with 1 battery. You can buy the PET version with 2 batteries included, but of course if you buy the single battery version and decide later on an extra battery would be handy, you can always buy a spare battery for it. Right, let's get this open. So this I bought when it was on offer, so I think it was about £200. So it's not budget, but it's not at the premium end like Dyson or Miele. So it is a lot more affordable. £200 was on offer, but you'll often find Vax cleaners on offer. Okay, well, Vax is still using very environmentally unfriendly polystyrene, but at least it keeps the appliance safe when it's being transported. Welcome to the Vax ONEPWR system. On my channel I reviewed the VAX Glide cordless hard floor washer that also uses the ONEPWR system. So if you have another Vax appliance that uses the ONEPWR battery, you can use the battery from that inside this machine. So I do by default have 2 batteries because I have one with my cordless Glide. Here is the battery. Whoops. This is lithium ion. I think it's 4 amp this one. It's an 18 volt battery. It's a 4 amp. There is a little bit of protective covering for it. Not just on the front of the battery, also on the top. Let's peel that off. And also on the top you'll find a little button. If we press that button, you can see the state of charge. So this has got 2 lights, so obviously this needs a full charge until all 4 lights have illuminated. There's a little dusting brush. Very nice soft bristles on this one. A crevice tool for your nooks and crannies. A tool holder, I am assuming that is. This fits onto the wand. This is the main floor head for carpets and hard floors. Again, some protective covering. And it does have an easy to remove brush roll. You can put a coin in there, twist it, and you can remove the brush roll. And I think this gets fairly good results on carpet due to the fact it has very stiff brushes and quite a small aperture, so it does concentrate the power. There's no anti-hair wrap system or anything like that with this machine, so you will have to clean hair from wrapping around the brushes from time to time, but it will slide out. What I don't like to see on any vacuum, whether it's a cordless or a mains machine, is this see-through hose. That's put me off buying a new cleaner. I've seen recently a new launched upright machine because I've noticed it's got a clear hose like this, and on the Amazon reviews lots of pictures of that clear hose split. It was a problem with earlier Shark machines. They used this same clear hose that was splitting. I'm glad to say Shark have changed that design, so it's now a completely different material. So they are prone to splitting. Whether this one will split, I'm not sure, but just be wary that they can split. Right, I think we can take the top off. Whoops. On the second layer, this is your separate charging cradle, which you can put on your work surface, plug it in, and obviously the battery slides into that. So what I'm going to do is slide the battery in and plug this in so it's charging up, ready for the initial demonstration. So that's the battery on charge. Here's the wand. It's made of metal, plastic ends, quite smart matte black finish. Now this is what makes this model the PET version, the additional mini motorised PET tool. So this does have its own separate mini electric motor to drive the brush roll, and seems a fairly decent brush on this, softer than the brush is on the main carpet and hard floor head. It does pivot, help you to get into awkward corners, so it's ideal for your pet bedding, your stairs, hard wearing upholstery, and of course inside the car. And like the main nozzle, you can take the brush roll out using a coin, just twist, and the brush roll comes out for cleaning. This one does have a flexible hose as well inside here, but it's a different material, so it does flex slightly to enable you to maneuver it a bit easier. Here's the main body of the vacuum cleaner, less battery and cyclone unit. So it does seem a little bit more compact than the original Blade. Obviously I need to put the bin on it. Battery slides into the back here, and seeing we've got filter system, that looks like it's the exhaust end of the machine. Underneath this, Vax suggesting you register your product for a free 3-year warranty. So underneath that we have the buttons to switch the cleaner on and off and adjust the speed of the motor, and I think there's a button there that switches the brush bar on and off as well. So that's your main unit in the black with a blue trim. This is the wall bracket, so you can hang it on the wall and charge it on the wall, but you don't have to, obviously you can just charge it separately. I think this is mainly for storage. I'm pretty sure, I'd have to check, actually I'm not sure if you can charge the battery in the machine. I think you have to just use the cradle provided. So I assume that this bracket is purely for storing the machine on the wall if you want to. And finally we've got the bin, which is removable obviously because it's separate from the machine. More things to peel off, I don't know why. It's obviously an arrow pointing. I'll leave it on for now, we might need to look at that. Take this swing ticket off. Gives you a very brief quick start guide. If you don't want to look in the instructions, there's not a lot you really need to do with this machine. Just make sure you fully charge it. With all cordless machines, always fully charge the battery before first use. No matter how tempting it is to start using it straight away, the batteries aren't supplied fully charged. You really need to wait. So if you want to play with your new vacuum cleaner, as soon as you get it, put it on charge, but wait until it is fully charged. So here's the bin. As with most new bagless cleaners, that bin is not opening without a bit of help, but it will, as you use it, it will, well, it's, as you can see, look, it is very strong spring on that. That will open over your bin, obviously. Little flap there to keep dust in, because you can take the whole thing out of the machine and empty it. I don't think with the previous Blade that I've shown you, I don't think the bin was removable. Could be wrong, but I don't think it was. And we have filters, obviously. It's a bagless machine, filters will need washing. There's the washable filter. And we can take out the middle part as well. I can't see why I can't clean that under running water, but I will check the instructions. It looks possible that you can clean this if you want to, but obviously make sure it's dry before reassembly. And you can give the bin a wipe out from time to time as well if you want to. cleaning the filter and separator. Tap the filter and separator over a bin every 4 to 6 uses to remove dirt and debris. Wash the filter every 3 months. So tap that clean after every 4 to 6 uses, as it says. But Vax state you should only need to wash that every 3 months, but keep your eye on it. Depending on use, you might need to wash it more. Always handy to buy a spare filter as well. So while your filter is drying, you can pop in a new one. Just seeing if this separator piece goes in any particular way. Doesn't seem to. On with the filter. Close the lid. There we go. So we can put the bin onto the machine. So here's the cleaner. So it's very new to me. Ah, that's the way it goes. So that's why we do have the arrow, just to help you when it's new. You need to line up the arrows. It's all a bit fiddly, I have to say. There we go, it's clicked into place. So once the bin's in place, it does become heavier and bulkier, and we don't even have the battery on it yet. We can remove these arrow stickers now, because once you've done it, you should know how to do it again. But I will keep them in case I sell this on. Well, fortunately, I do have a battery fully charged for this, because the ONEPWR Glide cordless hard floor washer I've got does have a fully charged battery. So I can slot that in because both batteries are the same. Okay, so I've got the battery for my hard floor washer. It's just a case of sliding it in, like so, until it clicks firmly into position. To remove the battery, you need to squeeze the 2 grey buttons either side and pull it out for charging. But yes, it can't be charged in the machine, unlike some cordless cleaners I've shown you. You can only charge the ONEPWR battery in the provided cradle, which I suppose is a better way of doing things. You can then store your machine away in a cupboard or a drawer, a large deep drawer. You might be able to fit this in, and it can be charging up on your worktop. Then just slide it in. So obviously this is part of the ONEPWR system, so if you do have further ONEPWR machines, obviously there's the cordless hard floor washer. There's also a cordless spot cleaner for picking up spillages, and they all use the same ONEPWR system battery. This is similar to the Hoover system. If you're watching this in the US of A, Hoover have the ONEPWR system. This is basically the same machine, because Vax and Hoover USA are owned by the same parent company, so we do get some similarities. So the battery is in. Switch the cleaner on using the button here. So by default, the machine switches on to standard mode. This gives you a boost of suction. And the button in the middle here switches the brush bar on and off. So to use the Vax as a handheld, the small tools will fit directly. So you've got the crevice tool, fits in. The tool does swivel when it's in the machine, but it is securely in place. So it is quite bulky, I have to say. I found the first Vax blade I used quite bulky. This isn't quite as bad, but it is still quite a hefty unit to hold in the hand. To release the nozzle, you press the button, and of course you can pop the dusting tool directly to the machine as well, and the mini motorised tool for your stair carpeting, your upholstery, etc. Let's have a look at the brushes. So the brush bar on-off button will work with the mini tool as well as the main floor tool. You can, if you want to, To make shorter work of stair cleaning, instead of using the mini turbo tool, you can use the full size nozzle on stairs. I say full size, it's still quite a narrow nozzle, but you can connect it direct and use it for a deep stair clean. And you'll notice it's got a bright LED light at the front to help illuminate dark areas. So if you're going under your sofa or in dark corners of your room, this light, Vax call it a dust tracker, unlike dirt searcher that Hoover used to call their machines back in the day with a headlamp. So headlights on vacuum cleaners are nothing new, but having LED headlights is a fairly new development and more useful than you'd think actually. It often helps to highlight things in dark areas that you want to clean, but it also will highlight things that you might have lost to save you from actually vacuuming them up. And obviously the lightweight wand again fits onto the cleaner until it clicks. So with the wand you can put any of the motorised tools on, the main one and the mini one, but of course the small tools will fit on as well, so you can attach the crevice tool and reach up high for cobwebs in the corner, etc. There is an optional flexible hose. Vax do a car model which is very similar to this, but it includes the flexible hose as standard, but you can buy an additional toolkit that fits these models. So a flexible hose is an additional accessory I would certainly recommend, especially if you want to clean the car, because unlike some models like the Dyson cleaners, most Dyson cordless, you have to hold on to the power button. But of course with the Vax, you just press the button and the cleaner will stay on until you press it again. So that way you can use a flexible hose with a nozzle on the end and just concentrate on your cleaning without having to hold the machine on and direct the hose. You have to do that with most Dysons, and I find that very awkward when using the flexible hose. So that is definitely a plus point. This little caddy, this clip, does only hold one accessory, and shows you holding the crevice tool, and I suppose the crevice tool is the additional tool you'll use most, and it fits onto the wand. We can pop the wand back on and you can clip it just to the back of the wand wherever you want. It does fit nice and securely and neatly there. It shouldn't get in the way, but it is only designed, I think, we'll try the dusting brush. Well, yeah, you can fit the dusting brush, but it's a little bit tight. But I don't think you'll use a dusting brush as often as you want to grab a crevice tool. Crevice tool, in my experience, is the most used additional tool you'll find on a vacuum cleaner. Most people will use the crevice tool, possibly completely ignore the dusting brush. So that is your most used tool. Put it that way around, it fits nice and flush. And then we can pop the main nozzle. So I'm going to give it a quick go over this carpet, which is notorious for being very harsh on many vacuum cleaners. This is what they call a Saxony pile carpet. I've used most of the Dyson cordless machines on this and they just stall and cut out. They just can't cope with this. But then I've got some mains powered machines also do not like this carpet. You have to reduce the suction to minimum, otherwise the brush bars will cut out. So it will be interesting to see if the Vax Blade cuts out. Let's give it a go. Right, I did try boost towards the end of that quick demo, and on boost the brush started to stall. Didn't switch off, but it was hardly moving, so I would have to use the default setting. Now the rest of my home has much shorter pile carpeting, and I know this cleaner will work better on the short pile, When I do a full demo, obviously I'll see what it's like on different piles of carpet. I'll see how well this nozzle performs on a hard floor as well. Let's just give it another go. It was a little bit, it didn't feel very, I don't know what the word is. I've used so many vacuum cleaners. It's hard to describe how it is, but it's a bit skippy. You know, it's a bit, let's have another look at it going. I think the problem with the VAX Blade is the head is very light. I mean, lightness is a plus point, but on a cleaner head, if it's too light, it tends to be a bit wimpy and skips across certain carpets, and it seems to be doing that on my plush pile carpet. Saying that, it does work on my plush pile carpet unless I press the boost button when it starts to stall, and it grooms it well, definitely. Despite the picture on the box showing the machine standing up on its own, it doesn't, certainly not on this carpet, and even if VAX claimed it did, I wouldn't risk it. It might without the battery. No, even without the battery in place, it's going to topple. So it won't stand up on its own, and really the only way of storing this machine, you'd have to either use the supplied bracket. I suppose you could lean it up against the wall, but the safest way of storing it would be to separate the main unit and maybe store it like this in a cupboard. No, I don't like that head at all. It's not very flexible. It doesn't seem to stay level with the surface you're cleaning, despite this adjustable part here, the pivoting base plate. You have to hold the machine at a silly angle in order to keep it flat. Oh dear, I think this is going to lose another point. And I don't know if you can hear, but the machine makes a whistling sound when I'm using this nozzle. Yeah, oh dear. Have I made a big mistake? Well, my mistakes mean that you don't have to waste your money. Anyway, it's still early days. We could find a change of heart after I've used the machine a bit longer. To finish the video, I'll just put a bit of dirt down on my carpet, pick it up with the main carpet and hard floor head. But I will be, of course, testing this machine on other surfaces in a future video. Well, this Vax did a pretty good job of picking up that mess. I might have gone over the max fill line. Let's have a look, have I? Be easy if I took the bin off, won't it? Where is the max? I can't see the max fill line. Ah, there it is. Ah, well, I'm just about to the max fill line. So obviously it's picked up a lot of dirt in one go that it wouldn't normally pick up. So that's a mixture of rolled oats, lentils, coloured sand and a bit of glitter there. So that's quite a large amount of dirt. You can check the filter. They don't tend to do very well, bagless cleaners. If I pick up a lot of dirt in one go, the filters tend to suffer. But under normal daily use, they're not so bad. Well, we can see already, look, the filter is starting to get some dirt on it. But this dirt inside there, this is just a little bit of an extreme test, just to see how well it coped. Obviously, this is not a normal test for daily use. This sort of dirt might be spread out over the whole ground floor of your house. It wouldn't be in one concentrated area. So I'll make that little proviso there, give the Vax some chance, but I can see actually, having another look, but again this could be because I picked up a lot of dirt in one go. The inner shroud could do with a brush, but I will be using this machine as a daily vacuum very soon and see how it copes with just regular day-to-day use, to more, you know, to simulate, well, not simulate, to actually use it in a normal environment rather than an extreme little demo that I've done in this particular video. So we'll give it a chance, although I've already noticed, and I've only used this machine for the time you've seen me using it so far, it's already starting to fall to bits. It's not a major thing. I'll just take off the wand, be able to show you a bit easier. On the underside of the floor head, this little strip at the back of the brush roll, can you see? It's already coming loose. So that won't take too long for that to come a bit more loose, and then eventually it'll get sucked up into the machine. And a lot of people won't notice that happening until maybe they decide to give the vacuum a bit of a clean and see, oh well, there's a strip missing. So there we go. I'm going to have to put some stronger glue. It'll hold down for now, but I can guarantee when I use this cleaner again, that's going to come up. Oh well, look, it'll easily come off. So I'm just going to have to get some super glue. Well, that's about the end of my unboxing and first look at this VAX Blade 4 cordless cleaner. First impressions, well, it's a thumbs down so far. I know I haven't had it long, but the fact that that velour strip is already coming off the bottom after a few minutes use doesn't bode well. I will use it a lot more just to give it a proper test. To be fair, you know, I'm going to use it normally, not with an extreme amount of dirt, but just normally to clean all around my home. I'm going to try it on my stairs, going to try it on my upholstery, my carpets, my floors, everywhere. And then in a future video, I'll be able to give you my final verdict. If you've got one of these machines, a VAX Blade, especially if it's one of the newer machines with the 1-power battery, let me know your experiences below, good or bad. If they're bad, please keep your comments to a factual account of how you found this machine, and I'll leave all the comments up as long as you've not sworn in them or anything. Just put factual comments, whether you like this machine or whether you don't, whether you think I've wasted £200. But to me, no matter what I spend on a vacuum cleaner, none of it's a waste because I buy them to show you on this channel. So even if I find out I've wasted my money, it's not a waste because I can save you buying it. And at the moment, I would say don't waste your money on this. I would certainly recommend a Shark for this sort of money. You can buy a Shark for £200, a cordless Shark basic machine. I find those to be a lot better than this so far. But I will be giving you an update in a future video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe, please do so. Click the bell icon and you'll be notified of all my new uploads. In the meantime, you can check out my back catalogue, thousands of videos on various floor care appliances. So until the next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.